Avengers Doomsday trailer that is actually, I think, the best trailer we've seen so far.
I agree. I think they should have started with this.
This trailer really, I mean, it's very Doctor Doom focused. Let's watch it and react to it. But if they had led with this at Comic-Con, it would have been amazing. Let's watch it.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room. He used to be different. He used to be kind. He used to be caring.
Obi-Wan.
And then everything he loved was taken from him. I knew he was lost, but I did not realize that he was broken.
Victor, did you do this?
All of you have lived stolen lives. But now you must give them back.
Answer me, Victor! Did you do this?
I swear, you will beg for hell long before I grant it. Hell answers to me. For I am Doom.
Infinity Vision.
Damn, that has the sauce.
Well, yeah, you know what? It's a good trailer. They should have led with this. I think it's a really good trailer. The couple things I noticed. One, did you see there's Thor's hammer, which may have been thrown by Steve Rogers, comes off of Doom when he comes out?
Yeah, he's not jumping out the window. He's being hit out the window, and then he midair like corrects it.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. And then the stance that Doom has when the Sentinels are rising is the same as Tony Stark against the backdrop of the explosions in Iron Man, the first Iron. It's the same pose. So a lot of little things you'll notice in this. I you know what? I wasn't hyped before. This is the first time I feel hyped for this movie. I mean, I already have tickets to see it a couple times. And I can't wait. But are normies going to be, I mean, I'm looking also at Sue Storm giving this speech about Victor, looking at all the like, and all you Phase 4 people that no one knows or cares about, you're probably going to die.
Let's hope.
Yeah. I mean, what are we thinking with this? And why did Marvel not lead with this? I don't know, but I got to say, they finally have me pumped at least.
This was a really good trailer. I honestly, I am looking forward to it. And, you know, in a weird way, if I'm being honest, man, like there's been this weird shift in me right now when it comes to the MCU. I'm feeling kind of optimistic, which I never thought I would ever say. But, you know, I love Brand New Day. I love this trailer. I love the casting for the X-Men, which I know we're going to get into. I feel like they're trying to course correct. I mean, I could be wrong about this completely, but the one thing that I think hurts this just a little bit for me, though, is I wish we could have got some visual backstory with the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom before this movie.
Right.
And I'm sure they're going to talk about it, but that's the problem, man. It's like you want to show, not tell. And we should have at least gotten something with the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom before this movie.
Yeah, this story they describe in the trailer should have been Fantastic Four 2. You know,
right.
I don't necessarily want to see a 20-minute tale of Doctor Doom. I kind of want to see an entire feature film about Doctor Doom that kind of ends in an Infinity War kind of way. But I mean, watching that, yeah, I'm excited. But am I going to get any meat to this excitement when Doomsday comes out?
I'm really bothered with the lack of prep. You know what I mean? Like, can't they just throw the next strongest villain at us every movie forever? You know what I mean? Like Doom coming in here, he's more powerful than Thanos. He's more powerful than any villain ever. I mean, when does it stop? I mean, they'll never stop doing that, right? I mean, every Avengers movie will be the next big bad without any sort of attention. Like, I just feel like it's cheap.
I feel like I've seen this before. Like when Thor comes at him with his with Stormbreaker, he stops him, and something bad happens. Like this, I feel like I've seen it before.
Yeah, Thor was going for the head.
Yeah,
was he going for the head though? Was he going for the head? It looked like he was right here. Was he going for the head?
Was he going for the head? No, he wasn't.
I don't think he was going for the head.
Specifically trying to call back to it.
But I don't know. It feels like the same with Marvel, but it's just now it's with Dr. Doom, who we don't really know about. You just have that end credit scene from Fantastic Four. Like that's pretty much it. So I don't know. It's just the same old. I think that the success of Spider-Man might help this movie. Because I mean, I really liked the Spider-Man movie. I liked Spider-Man. And I think that I was just from the hype from that movie, I was like trying to get more hyped for Doomsday, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I wish I could. But it felt like the same old from Marvel.
There's no reason.
I agree with Steph.
I feel like this should be said really quickly though.
Same old shit.
Oh, go ahead, D.
I'm just saying, I agree with Steph. It's the same old shit. It's Marvel, doing what Marvel's been doing over the last, 5-6 years. Just a lot of member berries, a lot of callbacks. But in this case, it's not even so much characters that a lot of people know. We're kind of familiar with Mr. Fantastic, but we're not familiar with him in this universe. We've only seen him once. Sue Storm's doing all the narration. If you didn't watch Fantastic Four last year, do you know it? I mean, because it didn't make a lot of money. So do you know anything about this? Are you encouraged or excited about this? I think the trailer's fine. But I don't think that, if I was just a normal person just watching this, I would probably be like, whatever. It's another Marvel movie, but I wouldn't get excited, overly excited, thinking that I'm going to get something great. I think it's just another Marvel movie, with Avengers slapped on it and a character I know nothing about.
The only thing I was really excited about it was them bringing back like the X-Men, the OG X-Men, and then I saw the trailer with them in it, and I was like, oh, well, doesn't look.
But I also feel like if you're going to course correct, right, you got to start somewhere. So if we actually want the MCU to get better, it has to start somewhere, right? Like, unfortunately, it's not going to be like this magic fix. Now, maybe Doomsday will be that. Who knows? But I think from what we're seeing, at least it feels a little bit better. It feels a little bit more like old school Marvel than what we've gotten over the past like 5 or 6 years. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt on this one, right? Like I could be proven wrong and maybe Doomsday is going to suck ass, but I think I've seen enough to where I'm like, I at least want to go watch it.
I don't see any agenda.
It doesn't feel like old school Marvel to me. It feels like the new formulaic Marvel. It doesn't feel like old school Marvel.
Well, I mean, how are you supposed to care about it if you don't care about any of these characters? Even like the Fantastic Four. I mean, they're all right, but I mean, I really don't care if they live or die. They really didn't have any personality to them. And then without spoiling anything, something that's been popping up on my feed a lot is what everyone thinks is going to happen in the beginning of the movie with the X-Men.
The leaks are true.
And yes,
and
well, so I believe
twice,
it.
yeah.
If or when that happens, there's no way in hell I care about them anymore. You can't do that to my hero and expect me to root for you anymore.
Pay attention to the end of those leaks, and you will be caring about them.
All right.
Two people you're upset.
I was one of those
bro.
people that when Robert Downey Jr. was announced as Dr. Doom, I thought that was just member berries. They need to save it, and this is the best way to do that. But I really think and if you watch an interview, I think Robert Downey Jr. was on Joe Rogan just after Endgame premiered, and they talked about his role of Iron Man. It's a really good interview. I've been seeing it go around now because it's relevant. And it's so interesting how he thought back then of whether or not he would ever return to the character or not. And he thought that it was good for him to have some space for it, and I think obviously that was good for the studio heads to get their act together, I guess, creatively. But I think he wouldn't have come back if there wasn't something really juicy creatively to the role and for him as an actor for him to return. And I really think, and having recently, yeah, and having recently watched through the Infinity Saga, I'm going through post Endgame now is where I'm at right now. But when I watched Endgame recently, it really seemed to set up actually quite nicely having Tony Stark in an alternate timeline be Doctor Doom. Like that seemed very plausible to me because of what they say. If you mess with time, it tends to mess back. That was a line that was spoken. And also, whatever it takes, he has a family now. Whatever it takes, when Tony Stark didn't want to help at a certain point, but he did because he figured out the time thing. But what if his family, instead of him, were dead, and he was the last survival, and his family was dead. His son, it looked like his son, I don't know, in that portrait, that tapestry, and it looked like Pepper in there. What if in that alternate timeline, his family was lost? And you can kind of see throughout Tony's arc glimmers of where that was definitely a possibility of him to be this role. And I think there's some really juicy things creatively there. And this trailer really has me hyped up for that. As far as everything else, I don't know, but I'm actually, for the first time, I am hyped. I'm optimistic for what the future will hold. I actually think it was an interesting way to play the character of Doctor Doom. I think it fits post Endgame, but we'll see.
They're also releasing, a new version of Endgame Encore that leans into what you just said, Elaine. I think what's really interesting is in Endgame, they cheat. They do the time heist. They go back in time. They change what happened. And that was really the kickoff of the Multiverse saga, was the Avengers created it by doing something they shouldn't have done. Time happened, Thanos won, and 5 years transpired. And that was the way things were supposed to go. And then they went back in time and messed everything up because that wasn't what was supposed to happen. If you think about it that way, and it kicked off all of this, and Doom is just a result, like you said, Elaine, is the result of what they did in Endgame inadvertently without realizing it.
Yeah, but then they showed us the TVA and Kang was proving it for the sacred timeline. So they had no fucking choice. That was the timeline that was preserved. The problem is that in every movie they've created a fucking incursion, including Strange, who's done it like 3 different times.
Yeah.
So it's just an excuse to get him back as Doom, a separate character, and then have RDJ stay on as Stark once.
I like the idea of the consequences, but isn't this Wanda's storyline from Multiverse of Madness essentially Doom's storyline? Isn't it very similar? It's similar.
I mean, it's similar, but I mean, it's a little.
Wanda
different.
didn't have the family to lose.
His children actually.
Yeah, I was going to say,
exist.
except his kid is real. Her kids were all in her head.
Yeah.
All right.
Vision is getting his own show.
And Steve was supposed to come back after putting the stones back where they were supposed to. He was supposed to come back to that point in time. But instead, he stayed behind with Peggy. And again, that was another thing that, as Dr. Doom says, you have lived stolen lives. So that also just seems like it fits well. It definitely fits better than what they were trying to do with Kang, in my opinion.
By the way, that's a huge deal in Doomsday.
Well, also let's
Steve Rogers did.
Let's consider this: the end of Endgame takes place after the very end, where Steve Rogers comes back with the shield for Sam. That happens after the events of Doomsday
and
Secret Wars. So all that plays out, and Steve comes back and because he's done. He's old. He's done. I've done my duty, passing on the shield.
I think that's an alternate timeline that is no longer accurate.
Is it?
He's going to be doing what he's doing before he gets to that old age. But you have to watch Loki and stuff to understand shit.